You ready to tell another story?
Not really.
No?
I haven't thought of any right now. I got plenty of them.
How about that story of when you were abducted by aliens?
I don't know if I was abducted by aliens.
No? Alright, so what happened there, Papi?
It was about, I think it was about 1980, early 80s. And I was driving on the thruway with your mother, Elaine, and we had the cat and the dog on the back, Princess and Skeeter. And we were driving, we're going up to Northway. I had worked that Friday night. I used to work, and when I had the weekends off, I had 3 days off on the weekend every 6 weeks. I have the weekend off every 6 weeks, so at the time my in-laws had moved upstate, so this was that weekend. So that Friday, so that Thursday night I had worked, and that Thursday night from work we were driving upstate, because I was off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're driving, and it takes a 6-hour trip to get up to the Adirondacks, Wilmington. Anyway, so we were driving at nighttime. We started out about 6 o'clock at night in the evening, and it was already dark. We're on the thruway, and I noticed the cat and the dog were in the back seat, and me and mine were in the front seat. And I noticed this helicopter started following us. It was already dark, but they had their lights on. We saw a strobe light, and it sounded like a helicopter. And when it came over to our car, we were on through it. Not that many cars were on the road at that time of night. It wasn't that late, maybe about 10 o'clock. It was a Thursday night, though. It wasn't a weekend night, it was a Thursday night. It was about maybe 10, 11 o'clock. Anyway, stayed over our car, and the light was coming into our car. I mean, it was a big light. And I was telling Elaine, I was saying, Elaine, why is that freaking helicopter following us like that with the light on the car? And I looked in the rear view mirror, and the whole freaking car was lit up. And the cat and the dog in the back, Skeeter and Princess, were going nuts. They were jumping back and forth. They were getting excited. And that was it. And then this was going on for a little while. Not that long. And next thing I know, it went away. I was driving the car, still in the car. It went away. The light went away, and driving. The radio was on, just like I was when I was driving. Like no time lost. I was just driving. I went to light a cigarette, and the cigarette lighter was right by the radio. And on that car, it was a Chrysler Newport, and it had the cigarette lighter, it had the radio and the time on the radio. It was a nice car, used car, but it was a nice car. So when I plugged in the cigarette lighter, I saw what time it was. It was already like 12 o'clock, 12:30, maybe even a little later. And I said to Elaine, you see what time it is? I lit my cigarette. The radio was playing rock and roll, and I said, you see what time it is? I said, we're not even up to the Northway yet. I said, we should have been on the Northway by now. It's like 12:30. We've been on the road since 6 o'clock, 6:30. It's 6 hours. We're on the road 6 hours already, and we're not even on the Northway. To get to Northway, it's like halfway. It's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours to get on Northway, and then almost 3 hours to get from Northway to Grandma and Grandpa's house. So Elaine said, "Yeah, look at the time. What the fuck happened to time?" So it was like 3 hours lost. So it was like a mystery, So we just kept driving, and it was like we just kept going. We stopped to go to the bathroom. We just kept going because it was a 6-hour trip. And even my in-laws, when we got up to the house, they didn't sleep. They had the lights on. It was the country. They had the lights on, and we pulled up to the house. My father-in-law came out of the house and walked over to the car. He didn't wait for us to get into the house. He says, "What happened to you guys? We were worried about you. How come you got here so late? It was like 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. How come what happened?" And we said, we don't know. We just lost like 3 hours somehow. And that was the end of it. And we went in the house and we all relaxed and we went to bed, went to sleep. So that I just let that go. That's what happened. And that happened, like I said, a very long time ago. And then a number of years later, listening to Coast to Coast radio station with George Norrie and hearing stories about alien abductions. I mean, it's a classic case. That's what bothers me, because the classic case that I heard on the radio was people driving in their cars and lights coming onto their cars, a big strobe light, and apparently what happens is that sometimes aliens take the whole freaking car up to the spaceship. But they put you back down the road, and you never even remember anything that happens. So anyway, we lost 3 hours. So it's kind of haunting that it's been bothering me ever since I heard a show on, like I said, Coast to Coast on the radio. That's on WOR AM. Starts 1 o'clock in the morning. George Norrie show, Coast to Coast. They have, talk about aliens, they talk about ghosts, they talk about ghost hunters, they talk about all kinds of weird stuff. And really, space travel and time travel, very interesting show. Anyway, that's my alien story where we don't know, even my wife doesn't know. We lost 3 hours on a trip going upstate where it should have taken us 6 hours to get there. It took about 9 hours to get there. But that being 1980, 1981, no one just took it as just one of those things that, maybe we had traffic, whatever, we don't know. But we lost 3. All I know is we should have been there a lot sooner than we got there. And I don't know what happened to the time. We left about 6 o'clock. It was past 12 and we weren't even at the Northway yet. I mean, 6 hours on a thruway? No way. So that's the story. That's it.
Stop standing on the table. Standing on the table. Bring it up. Standing on the table. Standing on you. Standing on you.
We're going to circuit doing some rays.
Circuit rays.
We're supposed to do the stream.
Hurry, hurry. I'm standing on the table. Standing on the table.
What are you doing? All right. Okay.